Hello everyone, James here, and today I'll be playing Genshin Impact. The other members of the Elbert County League of Gamers are probably getting pretty sick of me talking about it by now, so I thought I'd make a video and show them what it's all about. So, what is Genshin Impact? Essentially, Genshin Impact is an open-world action RPG. Comparisons to Breath of the Wild have been made, with some people calling it Breath of the Wild but with waifus, or just Breath of the Waifu, which would be my favorite description of the game. So, let's get moving a little bit. I'm just going to go around and show you things. I was going to make a script for this video, but that turned out extremely poorly. So, let's just head off into the wild. So, right now I am in the area of Mondstadt, which is the starting region of the game. The story, I actually think the story is a bit more complex than Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild, you know what it is. It's essentially Ganon doing Ganon things, and Link has to go stop him. Like, that's the plot of every Legend of Zelda game. Now, Genshin Impact, essentially what you are is, you're a human, but you and your twin are able to travel between worlds. And when you get to this world, for whatever reason, the gods decide, like, no, you're not going to do that anymore. They kidnap your twin, and they put you in suspended animation for several hundred years. When you wake up, you decide you're going to go find your sibling. Oh, that's pretty right there. Anyway, so as you set out, you meet various peoples, and you see their problems, and you help out while continuing to look for your brother. So that's the main part of the story. I'm not going to spoil any of the twists and turns. Like, needless to say, like, Mondstadt is the prologue chapter of the game, and it already has you fighting a dragon. So I'm really excited to see, like, what you do as you go farther on. And as you can see, there is a day-night cycle to the game. You can actually alter the time over here. Oh, that right there is Paimon. After you wake up from being in suspended animation, she's actually the first one you meet. She functions kind of as a comic relief character throughout the game. She sometimes has intelligent things to say, and you can, through the conversation, do whatever witty banter you want with her. In one instance, you can actually call her the emergency rations, which is fair. Anyway, so let's do the combat. There's a fire slime over there. That'll do. I, in fact, horribly overlevel this, so it should be through very quickly. You have your basic attacks. As you can see, I'm actually currently on fire. A big part of the combat is how different elemental effects actually interact with each other. Had I actually used my Q, I could have actually made a fire tornado. Actually, I wonder if I can still make that. Oh, okay. Good to know. Oh, and I carried away some of the loot. Nothing really important. So, throughout the game, you get various characters. Most of them through the story. Well, not most of them. Quite a few through the story. But there's also some that you get through the game's gacha system, which I will explain in a little bit. So, this is the main character I'm currently playing. Throughout the game, she is referred to as the Traveler. You can also be the other twin, which is male. In either case, they're just called the Traveler, and you just name them whatever you want. The second one is actually Barbara, which I got around Adventure Level 20. Again, Adventure Levels is something I'm going to have to explain. Noelle I actually got through the gacha system, and I'm so glad I did. She's been so great. Yeah, Noelle, best girl. And then we have Fischl, I think that's how that's pronounced. And also got her through the gacha, and she's the only archer I really have on the team. So, let's get back to the main character, Calamus, which is the name I use for various characters in games. And let's just get a bit more exploring. So, the map. This here is Mondstadt, named after the city which forms the center of it. There's various symbols on this map. These right here would be teleportation nodes, which you open up as you go through and travel to different areas. There's also statues of the seven, which are essentially the seven gods of the world, which is called Tevat. So yeah, and when you get to the first one, it actually opens up the map for that area. Like, I've actually opened up the entire map, so I can't show you what that would look like, but it usually looks like this dark area until you actually get the statue. So, there's various other symbols. These are actually little mini-bosses that can be attacked and killed on the map. I've actually taken out... Actually, no, it's back, but I took out that one earlier, which is a electro something. And it took a long time, because my main party is not... Oop, setting a custom location there. My main party is not set up for taking that out very quickly. So yeah, this is the main starting area that you do the prologue chapter in. And what else? Let's get out of the map for a second. So, I mentioned the gacha system. So, the gacha system, which is this right here, the wish. So essentially, you have different things you can roll. And I don't believe I have enough for any of them at the moment. I probably don't have enough for a full 10 either. Yeah, no. So I completely used up all my free wishes earlier. And you do collect these things called Primo Gems, which eventually you can use to buy more wishes. It's a little bit slow, but there's nothing that really requires you to use this system. But I will use a single wish. So you can see it costs 160 Primo Gems for one wish, just to show you, like, the random aspect of it. I will laugh if I actually get something good. Yeah. It's kind of meh. Meh is what I'll call that. Anyway, so these actually change out from time to time. There was a beginner one, which is where I got Noelle. You're actually guaranteed to get her in the first 10 rolls. This one appears to be more weapon-focused. That one, I believe I got both Fischl and some other character out of. And collecting the characters is a big part, because they all have their own special abilities, special Q moves, special E moves. And some of them are objectively better than others. Oh, there's Noelle. Anyway, so that's the gacha system. This is, I would say, completely optional. It's not really required, which is great, because the game itself is free. So the game's free, the gacha system is optional, but that doesn't mean people don't use it. In fact, from what I've heard, the game has already made back all of its money from production just off the gacha system, which is crazy, but there are people that, when they see a waifu they want, they gotta go for it. So that's the gacha system. Now, I mentioned the adventure levels, and that's a bit more difficult to explain, but I'll try, because it's something I'm more unused to. So essentially, you have your character level, and as you can see, my character level is actually 50 out of 50, but 50 is not the highest level you can get. You can see this character is actually 40 out of 40, 45 out of 50, and over here you got 31 out of 40. So, you're able to level to a certain point, but once you get to that point, if your adventure level is not high enough, you're not able to go any farther. So you have to start raising your adventure level. Adorable. Anyway, so your adventure level is raised by completing quests, unlocking statues, finding teleportation nodes. Basically, anything having to do with adventuring will make you a better adventurer, which makes sense. And then once you get high enough, you can actually, like, upgrade your characters in various ways. There are a lot of collectibles in the game. Some, like Sweet Flower, are very, very common. But yeah, so the one thing I did notice about the game is from level 1 in the adventure level to about level 20 in the adventure level, you are getting things constantly. So you are always getting that, like, that rush of dopamine as you upgrade and you get new toys to play with. I actually saw a chest over here, which I'm going to grab. Oh, trying to avoid that. And chest. Yeah, nothing really all that special. It was just a wooden chest. There are various grades of chests, and some are like pretty sweet to get. Now, oh, you can see there's shiny things over there. Those are probably just vegetables. Not really important at the moment. Now, oh, maybe I should do some climbing. Like, you can see right beside the character that I actually have a stamina bar, which means I could try and climb that, and if I don't get all the way up before the stamina runs out, I die. Which has happened a lot, although not as much as drowning. Like, I don't know if swimming takes more stamina, or I'm just bad at estimating distances. But yeah, so that's the travel. What else do I have to talk about? There's mining. Now this is where like having different characters comes in handy, because you look, I've done that much damage, but if you use Noelle, yeah, Noelle comes in very handy. And she's a big-ass sword. Yeah. Maids with big-ass swords. Didn't know I needed that in my life until I found Noelle. Anyway, so I'm going to continue along. Gliding a bit. It's kind of funny. The gliding looks like they're T-posing, almost. Gotcha system. And the big thing about combat is not only using one character, but actually switching between characters at... Okay.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
So they all have their separate things. Barbara is actually more of a healer type class. And you may notice that I actually healed my characters. Anyway, let's just finish this guy up.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Now, I might take on something more challenging than slimes in a second, but we'll see. Yeah. Let's go back to the map. So, it's... On one hand, it is a big world, and they got things surprisingly compact. Like, I thought it was enormous when I first started, and then I kept going like, okay, like, it's not as big as I thought, but it keeps getting bigger. Also, I believe only Chapter 1, which is down here in Leeway, has been released. There are actually going to be a lot more chapters, and that's going to fill out this map as that happens. So I don't know the exact comparison between Genshin Impact and Breath of the Wild, but it's going to be quite a bit bigger. Oh, let's go here. There is something I wanted to try, and I might actually be able to do it this time. Now, your stamina actually increases every time you return a oculi to a statue, or a set of oculi, which are essentially power from the statue that's been lost over time. And as you bring it back, it actually increases your stamina and gives you a few other nice rewards. As you'll notice that my stamina bar actually has a break in the middle. That's the original stamina bar, and I've almost doubled my stamina at this point. Oh, what do I get chasing me? Yeah, so you got an air-aligned slime and a earth-aligned one. I believe there are 6 elements in total? Yeah, I think that's correct. The only one I really haven't found so far for a character is the Dendro, or the grass, earth, well, not earth, like, vegetation-aligned one, whatever. Anyway, so, we are going to try and fly to that little island. There's no other way over there as far as I know. Okay. So, what else is there? There is crafting, so you can craft various upgrade materials out of less valuable ones. There's also cooking. Cooking is very important because there are some fights that are a lot harder than others, and being able to, like, eat up and heal. However, it should be noticed you can only eat so much at one time, which I think is an interesting limitation. You can, like, heal up a lot, but once you're full, you can't heal up anymore for a little while. There's also some foods that revive you. Yeah, so that's that. And I might actually make this. I might be too high up to survive the fall, but that's another matter entirely. Yeah. Actually, if I manage to land this, which, oh, I might actually make it. Come on, 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 come on. I made it. And I survived it. Excellent. I'm just going to switch back to Barbara for a second.
I'll protect us.
Okay, and her healing stays. There we go. So, we'll heal up here for a second. I'm going to go to the character screen. Now, you have your attributes, which are all here per standard. There's also friendship, and as you're doing certain quests, that will actually increase, and that unlocks different story aspects for each character. Basically, your character in relation to the main character. So attributes. Oh, level up. I can't currently level up. You do get XP from kills, but you also get these upgrade materials, which are actually the primary way of raising your level. It's so much easier than just getting XP. So, I don't currently have any, which is unfortunate. Weapons. Big-ass sword. And you can actually enhance the weapons as you go through. I don't... Yeah, I need one of these, and I'm currently not sure how I'm going to get it, because I can't find the previous material that upgrades into it. So, I'm stuck with this current level at the moment. I can also refine it, which is essentially you add the same type of weapon and it increases these stats here. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to upgrade your character as you go through. Artifacts. Artifacts are another thing. There are different sets. Actually, I can actually show that because I actually switched them out for better ones. So you have different qualities like purple, blue, down to green, and then I believe there's also like red, yeah, and then there's a gray. But the current one I have is blue, and let's see if I can enhance it. Yeah, so basically auto add materials, enhance. Yeah, it's now +1. So what else is there? Oh, there's also constellation, and these basically upgrade your abilities as you get them. The main character has an item that you can get in-game to upgrade them, but every other one, you essentially have to use the gacha system. So you're probably going to get some of these upgraded just by getting duplicate rolls of a character. But like I said, it's not completely needed. It's just nice to have. And I have none for Noelle. It's so highly unfortunate. And then you have your talents, which can be upgraded when you get to certain adventure levels. Like I said, the adventure level kind of limits your level, and your level kind of limits what adventures you can take on. So it kind of works together. I have heard once you get to level 30 or 35 or so that it really slows down. But, that's the trade-off. Yeah, so they all have their own little pose when you're on the element or on the talent screen. Yeah, Noelle seems just kind of embarrassed that you'd be making a fuss about her. And then you got the profile, voiceover, story, of which I've unlocked 1. And yeah, that's about all for now. There's also dungeons which you can go into, and those also have different levels, but yeah, that's what Genshin Impact is in a nutshell. I'm sure there's plenty of missing, and there is a bunch of secrets you can explore. Some of the dialogue is actually hilarious. At one point, they have a very clear
Whenever
reference.
you need me, I'll be there.
Sure you will, Noelle. There is one section where there's a very clear reference to Batman, which I think was a hilarious storyline. And a lot of different things to find on your own. So yeah, I recommend this game. Anyway, bye.